Hey, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Welcome to this Halloween edition of Access City Council. Today's topic is scary good. See what we did there?
Yes.
This year marks a very special anniversary for one of the city's busiest departments. Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs is celebrating 75 years, and everyone is invited to partake in the festivities. Plus, East Las Vegas has some great events coming up just in time for this festive time of the year. We can't wait to tell you all about that. So joining us to discuss all of this and much more is our Ward 3 Councilwoman. You know who it is, Olivia Diaz. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm doing better. It's cooler, so at least
finally,
we're not melting anymore.
Finally.
But again, it's like either super hot or then it drops down significant degrees. It's just the nature right now.
It's Las Vegas. You've been here your whole life. You know what.
But this year was extreme though, in terms
extreme
of
heat, and then we had like 3 days of fall, and then it got chilly.
And now we have winter.
Right. So welcome to Las Vegas, everybody.
So I hope everybody purchased a really warm Halloween costume.
Right. Exactly. Well, Councilwoman, we're going to talk all things Ward 3 today, and of course, you're born and raised there. You know the area very well. For those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 3 is located, well, we're going to show you. It's the east side of the city of Las Vegas. It's the Councilwoman's ward. Great ward because it extends all the way to the east side of the city. You've got the downtown, but then you've also got that very cool finger that extends to the west of I-15, which includes Area 15 and all the things that we're doing over there. So it's exciting, and plus you have the Arts District. You have Fremont Street.
We have lots going on all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Plenty of offerings.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
So it's a happening ward, and I know that.
And besides Halloween, it's Dia de los Muertos as well.
Exactly right, Councilwoman. That's right. That's a very important holiday. We hope everybody out there marks that, and we have some events that the city will be doing. We hope you partake in all of that. So we do that every year as well. Yes. So we do it upright. So, well, Councilwoman, joining the two of us right now are two people from our Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department who make the programs and the events we enjoy possible. First is our Director for Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. It's Maggie Plaster. And also joining us is the Recreation Coordinator at the East Las Vegas Community Center, Guillermo Bonet-Laboy, affectionately known as Mo. Mo, welcome to the program. So Guillermo, Mo, Maggie, thanks so much for being here. Great to have you on. Councilwoman, 75 years for this department. Man,
it's really
time flies.
Cool. And it's one of the departments I enjoy spending the most time and bringing offerings to the community as a mom, as an educator, as a supporter of our neighborhoods. I just feel that they offer so many amazing programs for our families to take advantage of. And sometimes we try to keep the rising costs of everything in mind, and we want to bring some freebies so that parents don't have to do without fun spaces to enjoy with their kids. And so recently we just had a fall festival at East Las Vegas Community Center.
We're going to talk about that,
It was really cool. And then Maggie is at the helm, making sure that they're able to do their part because she's doing her part managing all of our assets in the Parks and Rec space. So I know that's just Ward 3, and she has
got the whole city.
She has to look after all residents in the city.
Got anything going on, Maggie?
So many things. So impressed. Very impressed by the bandwidth and everything they have on their plate every day.
Thank you.
Well, Councilwoman, let's start there. That's a good spot. Maggie, tell us about 75 years. What are you doing to celebrate? That's a big milestone for your department.
It is a big milestone. Since 1949, this department has been in place in one form or another. We had a really large department and citywide event in October at Lorenzi Park.
That's awesome.
So that's already passed, and that's when we celebrated our 75th. But we still have a lot of ways to interact with Parks and Recreation. Two huge events coming up, Dia de los Muertos, that Councilwoman Diaz mentioned, at Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza on November 2nd. We've been doing that for a few years now. And we also have our 5th annual Tamale and Mariachi Festival at Historic 5th Street School on December 7th.
Very cool. That's good stuff all the way around. And I know your employees are just, that's one of the oldest departments within the city. I think the fire department may be a little bit older, but it's right up there.
Yeah, so. And I can't even imagine how much it's changed since it was first implemented. I mean, we now have 86 parks and I think 15 centers, including pools, and 250 employees. I mean, we've really grown since that time.
A long way from the humble beginnings back in the day. So And then, of course, Guillermo is the supervisor over at East Las Vegas, the community center there. Councilwoman, that is such a huge hub for your community.
I want it to increasingly be more larger and what the offerings are. That is a community that definitely needs to make sure that we're offering robust programming that speaks to our youth, because we want our youth to be engaged in good things and kind of set aside the not so great and engaging in extracurricular activities that sometimes they get caught up in. And so that's why I appreciate Mo's leadership there. I know he's open to hearing what the parents may need that then take their kids for orchestra classes. And so he tries to make sure that there's programs for the parents so that they could be knowledgeable and learning something and picking up new information to become either a better manager of their finances in the home, or have better parenting skills, or just become a better advocate for their kids in school. So I know he partners with several orgs that will bring free offerings for parents, both dads and moms. And then obviously the kids, we want to make sure that they're given every opportunity to explore their talents, whether it's musical, whether it's dancing, whether it's sports even. We want them to also be familiar with the offerings at Chuck Minker. And I know that Mo is also working very closely with all of his partners there at Chuck Minker to just make sure that, and then our seniors, we can't forget our seniors that our kids also at heart wanting to now enjoy life post-retirement, keep busy. We know that the more they socialize, the more they interact, the better their overall health. It's one of those pillars, you know, when we're in our older times, we got to make sure that we stay socially
active. Something to do every day. Yeah, exactly.
So when I go, I also see my seniors at East Las Vegas. So,
well, Mo, that's a great transition over to you. But we're going to talk about some of the specific events you have coming up in the short term here. But talk in general about the Councilwoman touched. Yeah, a day in the life of, because the place is huge, first of all.
And we just did a beautiful.
Had an amazing fall festival event, which we had a great turnout. We had close to 1,300 attendees.
Pretty good.
And we serviced the Ward 3 community, and we're able to offer a plethora of things for the families, and especially for the families in need. Such as pumpkins, costumes, candies,
train rides,
face painting, everything that you could think imaginable at a fall festival, we brought to the east side, and it turned out
photo
amazing.
booth, which is always very popular.
Everybody stands in front of that. Guillermo, give us a rundown of the different programs that you have there. Because they run from, as Councilwoman was saying, classes for kids all the way up to seniors and kind of everything in between.
Absolutely. East Las Vegas is a unique facility where we offer programming for all, not only our youth, but our seniors. A day in the life of East Las Vegas normally starts with our senior programming in the morning. We go from programming, providing social services for our seniors, activities, programs.
Talk about some of those activities. I know there's pottery classes.
We have pottery, we have knitting, we have social dance, we have line dance. We even have some poker. Can't tell you what goes on in the poker room, but it's poker.
And it's named after Jackie Gone?
Yes, Jackie Gone. Yep, so it's a great place for our seniors to come, hang out, socialize. Another thing that we offer for our seniors are breakfasts and luncheons. Our luncheons are pretty well attended from our seniors in Ward 3 and pretty much all over the valley. Once they hear that we're having a luncheon, pretty much everyone tries to join in.
Sure.
And then slowly, as the day goes on, we start to transition to our programming for our youth, where we have a plethora of youth programming, and we've continued to add more as the facility has grown. And the community is aware that we're there offering these great programs for the community. So as far as the youth programming, we have ballet folklorico. We also offer karate and some sports classes as well. And then on top of that, we have such great community partners that offer after-school programs for our kids. We do partner with Big Brother, Big Sister, FAME, which is Foundations to Assist Young Musicians. Where these kids who normally wouldn't have an opportunity to pick up an instrument and learn how to play have an opportunity to come to our facility and learn how to play an instrument, as well as while we're providing those services for our kids, we also provide classes and programs for our adults while they're there. So you can get the best of both worlds.
Very smart.
And I'd like to say that we've got recreation centers, we've got active adult centers, we've got cultural centers throughout our park and rec system, and this is the only center that really has all three of those.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Maggie, it's just because first of all, it's huge, Councilwoman, and it's beautiful. You got a huge dance floor in there, a huge ballroom area, the classrooms, plus the outdoor settings that you have.
And then speak to the garden that you just launched.
We just revamped our garden. We offer 6 garden beds and at affordable price at $10 for 6 months. You can come in and plant what you like, pretty much. We do have a master gardener who's there on Mondays and Fridays.
Might need to water that a little bit.
He helps keeps things alive.
I know I need that minder.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives good tips on what to plant during certain seasons. I've learned a lot since I've been there. But yeah, it's a tremendous facility and very beautiful. And we have a ton of art throughout the facility as well. And then we have a beautiful mural on the outside of the facility that you can't miss.
Exactly. That came in about a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that.
2 years ago, I think already.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Councilman, tell everybody where it's located.
So East Las Vegas Community Center is off of Stewart and Eastern, and it's on 250 Northeastern. Northeastern.
Right off of
right
95.
Off of the 95, and it's right there. You can't miss it now with that beautiful mural that is right there to welcome everyone. We really do want folks to know that community center is for the community, and so I feel like our mission is to make sure that the programming is happening that the community finds valuable, that they need, and that keeps their kids doing good stuff, so they're happy, and then also helps the parents release some of the energy so when they get back home, they're ready to do homework, get cleaned up, and then start their new day. We know that healthy and active kids will be healthy and active adults, right?
Absolutely, exactly. I love, Mo, that you have programs for the kids, and at the same time you have programs for the parents. Absolutely. That's brilliant, because everybody then is invested in coming to the center and having a good time.
Absolutely.
Then,
we try to make it a one-stop shop.
Exactly. Good stuff. Maggie, lots of other things going on in Ward 3.
There are.
I want to talk about J.C. Levitt Park. We should probably shift gears a little bit. Councilwoman, you're getting a big facelift over there. It's going to be nice.
It's nice. We need the facelifts, just like we did it for East Las Vegas Community Center, kind of at the tail end of the pandemic. We also closed it down, made sure we refurbished it and restructured it to make it more user-friendly.
It came out great, too. It really did.
User-friendly with the game room and everything. The same with JC. Every so often, we've run the course of certain things that the park offers, and so we need to go back and do our due diligence to keep it looking its best. So what do we have in store for JC?
Yeah, so we're going to close it on Monday, November 4th. It'll just be closed for 10 days, reopen November 14th. They'll be doing things all throughout the park, like fixing a broken water line under the splash pad, dealing with some concrete issues, replacing some shade structures over the bocce ball courts, and dealing with some soccer fence repairs and, just general things. Once they can clear the park, they can address everything that needs to be
get in there.
addressed.
And you know what? By doing it that way, it gets done faster, too, by
right.
shutting it down for those 10 days. 10 days is not bad, Councilwoman. I mean, we can live with 10 days. It's the bigger projects
It goes quite fast. And then there's also some upkeep happening to Stewart Place Park, too, in the future.
Oh, good.
There's a new playground, and it'll be installed within the next couple of weeks. It's already there, but they still need to pour the concrete and then put the rubber surfacing down.
Nice.
That had been a playground that still had the old, I don't remember if it had sand still in some areas.
I think it did,
And so I was like, that's a telltale sign
it's
that
an
we
old
have
park,
not, updated that equipment.
Exactly.
We're hoping it'll be safer for our kiddos to use at Stewart Place Park.
Where is Stewart Place Park, Councilwoman?
It's I think it's between Charleston and Stewart on Marion, if I'm not.
I was just there last week. I cannot tell you what the nearest cross street is.
No worries, but for people that live in that neighborhood, I'm sure they know where it is.
It's a pocket park.
A little pocket park,
But I'm pretty sure it is right off of Charleston. You take a little winding Marion Drive, and you kind of come across it. It's tucked away. So, but if you look Stewart Place Park up, you'll find it.
Outstanding.
We do a lot of movies in the park out of there. We've had pop-up events for the community, but we love that the community does. Activate it, utilize it. It has grass, so you'll see flag football teams practicing there. You'll see kids coming with their parents to kick around a soccer ball, and then a lot of people do use it to kind of get their steps in, so they'll walk around it. So we're hopeful that in the future we can even make more improvements that will help people keep their fitness level up.
J.C. Levitt Park, obviously bigger, Maggie. It's over there in the area of St. Louis and Eastern right there as well. Again, shut down for 10 days, but that's a park that, to Councilwoman's point, people come there for all kinds of things. Yeah, I think you have pickleball.
We even have pickleball there.
Pickleball tournaments.
Yeah.
You have a lot of soccer utilization. There's a skateboard area, newly installed pickleball courts that are maybe a year or so old.
An inclusive playground that's been there for a few years now.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, again, Mo, we're going to talk about in our next segment some of the upcoming events, but give us a sneak preview. What do you have planned for East Las Vegas in the coming months that we should be excited about?
We have two big events. One for our seniors, which is going to be our Thanksgiving luncheon, which is going to be November 22nd. That is going to be offered to all of our seniors 55 up in Ward 3, where they will be able to come and share a meal and socialize with their other seniors. Free of charge. And as well as we have our Winter Wonderland that is going to be December 14th. And that's going to be another amazing festival, such like our Fall Festival, where we'll offer tons of candy, of course, and gifts for those kids that are in need, and also programs and services for all the families that need those in the community.
Very good. And then Maggie, I'm going to ask you the same question. What's in store? What would you like to see happen in the next 75 years?
In the next 75 years.
You know, for Parks and Rec.
I would like to see every single type of sports field or facility that this community needs, because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We don't have enough soccer, not enough tennis, not enough diamond fields. We just don't have what the community requires. We're doing a lot in the art realm right now that we haven't really talked about yet, but we've got 3 exhibitions opening in City Hall in the next few weeks, and they're all going to be celebrating at a reception on November 21st. We have a public employees art exhibition for all public employees throughout Nevada. We've got Miguel Rodriguez's All Out of Bubblegum exhibit in the Grand Gallery, and then on Main Street we've got Rainbow Spotting by Sarah Jean Odom.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
I should mention that, Councilwoman. Yeah, it's not just Parks and Rec, but it's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. So we've got all kinds of Rainbow Company and everything else included. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is in Ward 3.
Yes.
A lot of stuff in Ward 3.
We love our art. Especially the Arts District.
Exactly. Exactly right. First Friday is, it kind of goes hand in glove with what Maggie's department is doing as well, kind of increasing that interest and awareness, love of the arts, visual or otherwise. So.
And then not too far in the future, right across the street in Civic Plaza, we're going to have big public art sculptures along with the gallery and an event space. So we're going to have all kinds of festivals over there.
Yeah, our Civic Plaza across the way is going to be the next best thing, I think.
That's also in Ward 3.
Yes, it is.
We're going to celebrate every major victory, every major hurrah for Vegas.
All right. Well, Maggie, Mo, Councilwoman, we've got just another minute left with the two of you. Maggie, I'll give you the last word. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm really glad to be here for the first time to talk about Parks and Rec in
You've
Ward
been to the
3.
city a while, you know.
Almost 20 years.
I know. Well, welcome finally.
But this ward has the most going on in it for Parks, Rec, and Cultural Affairs, with the most parks and community centers and art projects. So it's really good to be here.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
And then Mo, good to have you on. How long have you been with the city?
Ooh, since I was 16 years old.
No
I'm not going to
kidding.
tell you my age. But yeah, no, I'm 35. But yes.
Good for you. So you got a couple veterans here. They know what they're doing.
Have old timers. Sure.
Yeah.
We definitely need that experience to keep moving the needle forward.
Exactly. Well, Maggie Plaster, Guillermo Bonet-LeBoy, thank you both so much for being here. Appreciate you very much. Best of luck. I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to come up with next. And I'm going to say goodbye to you, but Councilwoman, I'm going to ask you to stick around, please, because we have to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to run down the great list of events coming to Ward 3. It's right after this.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back, everyone. We are talking all things Ward 3 with Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. You have some really cool events coming up. Some of this Mo and Maggie just touched on, but we'll hit them up again because these are good. We want to make sure people know that they're coming and can enjoy them. So
Absolutely.
The first one, Councilwoman, is on Saturday, the 16th of November. It's the Recycled Art Contest Showcase. Yeah, now this is a contest using recycled materials. And it's going to be on Saturday, the 16th, as I said, from 12 to 2 here at City Hall, which is 495 South Main Street. It seems like, have we done this before? It's ringing a bell a little bit.
It does ring a bell.
Sounds like we've done something
I love
like this
that
in the
we're
past.
including folks that are 5 years of age and up. And it's always good for them to think about how we can repurpose so much of the things that we use. I mean, we see so much disposable stuff that sometimes doesn't help us keep our areas as pristine as we want. So hopefully it'll motivate people to pick up the trash or do something productive with it. And they always come up with these really cool concepts.
They really do.
I think sometimes bolster the argument for why conservation is needed in our communities.
And Councilwoman, it just bolsters my argument at home to not throw things away. Because my wife's like, you keep everything. It's like, well, I might need it for a recycled art contest. So I'm hanging on to it.
Well, sometimes you got to declutter, though, too. So you can't be a hoarder, Mr. Wrigley.
Okay, you're taking her side. All right. Okay, all right.
That's a hard one.
Guilty.
It's a hard one to let go of things. Sometimes you have to let go.
Exactly. Well, if anybody out there is going to enter the contest,
always find a good home to transition it to. If someone
that's what I was just going to say. Exactly right. If you're going to maybe enter the arts contest and you need some recycled stuff, reach out to me.
Exactly.
So,
you might have the stuff you
need. Yeah, you'll be all set. Councilwoman, also to senior luncheon. Guillermo touched on this too. This is great. This is going to be Friday, November 22nd, noon to 2 at East Las Vegas. This is open to seniors 55 and up in the East Las Vegas Community Center.
Yeah, so if you're a senior that's 55 and up, snap a picture so that you have that QR code handy. We do like to have everyone pre-register so we have enough food for everyone. And usually there's raffle prizes or door prizes that we're giving away. And we have a DJ and we try to get our seniors to maybe dance a little bit. And it's a good time. And they like to come early because it's a good time of the day that they can eat and they can still partake in all the festivities. And we just want, so many of our seniors sometimes don't have their immediate family here with them, or they may not have very much family. And so we just want them to have a day to come together with other seniors and have the best time they can.
That's the Friday before Thanksgiving too, so it'll be just in time, to your point, if you don't have a family coming in or can't be with family for Thanksgiving.
Or come celebrate with your Vegas, your City of Vegas family.
Exactly. So again, seniors 55 and up, love to have you come out that day. And then, Councilwoman, this is a great event. It's become really, really popular. It's the Tamale and Mariachi Festival. That's going to be on Saturday, December 7th. From 10 to 4 at the historic 5th Street School, and this always draws a big crowd.
It certainly does. And we are in tamale weather now. That
finally.
It's cooler. You definitely crave that warmness of a tamal and hot chocolate or coffee to go with it. So definitely the time that we're going to be packing on some extra calories.
It is that, it's that.
We
that
crave
time of
them
year,
all. The
'cause we got
pumpkin, everything.
The candy, then the turkey.
Once we hit Thanksgiving, it's kind of like, okay, let's enjoy all of the season's offerings and we'll get back on the exercise routine at the top of the year.
Right, exactly. That'll be my resolution.
But and we have amazing mariachis that usually partake too, and they're mostly local, and it's really cool to go and hear them while you're having an amazing bite of different offerings. And there's so many different tamales when you go there, and it's so hard to pick.
Exactly. Who knew?
I like green, but I also like red. I like cheese. So decisions. You'll have to know what you want.
And the mariachi bands that come run the gamut too, from young to old. So we got a little bit of everybody out there represented. A lot of the youth are really amazing performers.
We're blessed that in Clark County School District, we started a mariachi program many years ago, and now we're seeing the fruits of having invested in such a program, because there's so many high schools and middle schools that now have one, and they're becoming amazing. And then, you know, they feed into our community college system, which has also national award-winning mariachi as well, Mariachi Plata. So it's really cool to kind of see the continuum of middle to high to then college and beyond, and then they become also performers for the community.
Exactly.
At major events here in town.
So we love it. And last but not least, Councilwoman, and Guillermo touched on this, but the Winter Wonderland to be December 14th. Save the date for this. It'll be at the East Las Vegas Community Center. That's going to be a big event too. Again, just in time.
Just like our fall festival, we just want to bring an offering. Sometimes, you know, there's not pumpkin patches that set up on the east side of town, but we want to bring these type of events that are family friendly to our community. And the Winter Wonderland is another one where we try to like spruce up the community center very thematically into a Winter Wonderland and offer a variety of fun things for our families and our kids to do. And we sugar them up and then they go home.
There you go, Mom and Dad. And that's going to be, just perfect timing. 11 days before Christmas, everybody will be in the spirit at that point.
Well, we all have to, you know, get in the swing of things, and you know, a lot of times we're all as parents trying to make difficult decisions, and sometimes the fun stuff has to kind of fall off because we can't afford it, and we're just, you know, everyone is welcome. It's free, and they all get to have a good time and partake in everything that's being offered. And so I hope those that need it come and take advantage.
I hope so too. And the facility is very large. East Las Vegas Community Center right there at the corner of Eastern and Stewart is a large facility. We can accommodate a very, very, very big crowd. So as Guillermo said, we had 1,300 attend one of our recent events. So it's what we do.
And you couldn't really tell because they were all in different parts of the community center. So we have the placita that's outdoors, and then you have the ballroom, and then you have the pumpkin patch on another side. And so really you never felt like you were around 1,300 because people are kind of distributed in different spaces. So for those of us that are like feel overwhelmed by people, it doesn't
we can, it's a big place. Yeah, you can spread out. So
exactly.
Well, Councilwoman, great show today. We want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Diaz, you can call her on the phone, 702-229-4623, or send her an email. Her address is odiaz@lasvegasnevada.gov. You can also visit the Ward 3 website or subscribe to the Councilwoman's newsletter by using that QR code. I'm going to tell you more about that in just a moment. But Councilwoman, great to have you on the program. Always a pleasure. And gosh, we are well into the holidays. Next time I see you, it's going to be
it's going to be closer to Christmas. Yeah, we're all going to be panicked about our shopping lists and how far behind we may be on those.
50 things we have to do. Exactly. Well, looking forward to having you back. A great show today, and see you next time, 6 weeks from now. So sounds good. And folks, don't miss our next show beginning on November 7th with Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky. You can now catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also watch for that QR code I mentioned after this show to subscribe to the Councilwoman's newsletter. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.